Hello everyone, I'm Joe, the gaff farmer. This week on our farm we bought a tractor. My story with machinery began in front of our Ford 7600. My dad bought it about over 30 years ago. It's where I would have done the majority of my tractor driving when I was a kid. Learned how to drive in a Ford 4000 and then we upgraded to the Ford 76. This tractor is an absolute unit of a tractor. Pulled the world of silage and never gave a day's bother. But unfortunately now, as our farm progressed, wasn't used as often because we got busier on farm. We had contractors doing more of the work, and as you can see from some of the body work and stuff there, its age started to catch up on it and it deteriorated rapidly. I think, as everyone knows, tractors at this age is in 1980, so it's well old now, nearly almost it's a year younger than I am. Unless you have somewhere to house them when they're not being used, they can rust quite badly, and I think most of the rust and stuff that's happened on this tractor is after happening in the last 5 or 6 years when it wasn't being used. So as the farm got busier and I had less time to be doing tractor work, we decided, with that contractors were doing more and more of the work, we built our milking parlour, etc. And I wanted to invest in a more powerful tractor, a little bit more horsepower, something that has 4-wheel drive. We had an out farm, we were going to be driving a lot on the road, so we decided to upgrade. And it was time for the Ford 76 to retire, and I was doing little small jobs, scraping the yard, etc. Then she was parked up for good. So that led to us investing in our Dietz Agro Farm 420. It's a 2014 machine. Sorry, I had to think there for a second. And we purchased it in 2022. I'm nearly sure it's 2022. Yeah, so this is the first tractor I ever bought. First tractor myself and Ellen ever bought. So it's a special place in my heart, always will. We went with the front loader on it to give us an extra option when it came to feeding the cows. We have a new Holland digger in the yard. I'll discuss about that in a second. So this tractor ticked all the boxes for us. 100 horsepower, extremely clean, well looked after. The loader was a godsend. And it was a huge moment for us in our farming journey, myself and Ellen. Upgrading to this more powerful 4-wheel drive tractor with the front loader on it, and it took the pressure off our new Holland digger, which my father bought back in 2010, I think, to replace an old Ford digger that we had. Back actor on the back of it, it'd done all the feeding work, shear grab in the front, had a bale fork, etc. Winter fed all the cows and cattle all over the winter, loaded the diet wagon when we had it going, and routed around the farm. I was never a major fan of it, mainly because the back actor was too tall and you had to let it up and down every time you were driving in our lower sheds. It wasn't the most reliable machine from day one when we got it. Always had issues starting. We rectified them time and time again over the years when we had it. And in the last number of years, particularly since we got the Dietz, it was parked up more than it was used. It had a diesel pump issue, it had track rod ends issues, it then needed a new water pump, and the list of things that was going wrong with it and needed to be done on it was getting longer and longer by the day. So it was parked up for the majority of this winter. We've done all the feeding with the Dietz here, and when we had to get the wagon going then in the spring to mix a bit of beet and stuff in for the cows, we got it going and had it tipping along, just sort of rooting around, doing very, very small jobs, loading the wagon, and that was it. So the decision was made about a month ago, or maybe a little bit less, very much driven by Ellen and Fionn, fair play to them, because I'm very slow when it comes to making these decisions and deciding to spend big money on machinery. I'm not a machinery fan. Decision was made. The best thing for our farm was to get a second tractor. We needed something with a little bit more horsepower than the Dietz, again with a front loader that was going to replace the digger. So the Dietz could tip around, pull the wagon over the winter, etc. And the bigger, stronger tractor then would do all the loading of the wagon, handle all the bales, and any slurry work we might do in the future, any fertiliser spreading, etc. that we're going to do. Rang a guy that exports diggers. He came, a Polish guy. We trashed out a deal for the new Holland. Fionn was super excited and got on board, said I'm never going to do anything with the Ford 76 because I gifted it to him. It was his tractor. It was a reward for all the work that he had done when we were on holidays last year in Texas, myself and Ellen. He had parked up in the shed in Paddy's. He had intended to renovate it, but that wasn't going to happen. He said that wasn't going to happen. So he said he'd sell the Ford and throw that money into the pot as well. So that's what was done. the New Holland was sold during the week. The Ford has been sold to a friend of Fion's. It's going to be collected now early next week. And we got ourselves a New Holland T640. It's 120 horsepower, 2008 or 9. It's actually an English registered tractor. The cab is 1,000 times more comfortable than the Deutz. 1,000 times more room. The lift arms, the front axle, the rear axle, everything is just heavier and will be much more robust. It's elite spec as well. I must mention that. It's elite spec as well. So when we went shopping, there was a range of tractors we were looking at. Sorry, I say we, totally wrong, but we. There was a range of tractors that Ellen and Fionn were looking at. They'd done all the groundwork on this. They were looking at other Deutzes, they were looking at Massey Ferguson's, they were looking at, and went to the Ford yard and were just kind of blown away by the selection of Fords that were there, the options that they had, the engine size, but the comfort of the cab was one major thing that really blew them away. Chatted to the guy that was selling them, is Timmins Tratters over in Kilkenny, in Cottle, and he very much recommended the T6040 for what we wanted. It currently doesn't have a loader, but there's we're getting a front loader put on it, which is super. It's going to a guy that specialises in that, so that's brilliant. And yeah, deposit paid last week. We will have it all going to plan by the middle or the end of the month. What's today, 6th of July now, so the middle to the end of the month, allowing for lads on holidays and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be super exciting. It's going to really change the farm, take the pressure off the Deutz. It needs a massive service. Obviously, we have to replace the door, which is on the far side. It needs a big service. There's a few other little things that have gone wrong on it, and we get them all sorted out, so the Deutz can go away for a couple of weeks and get reinvigorated and serviced and back up full running when we have the New Holland here to do the work. And then we'll have our 2 tractors on the farm for the winter. Like I said, the Deutz will go on the wagon and the New Holland will do all the work that the old New Holland digger would have done, but with much more flexibility in that we need to throw it onto a tanker, we need to put it on a fertiliser spreader, we need to chip up the road. It's just a second tractor. Yeah, huge step for us buying 2 tractors in a very short space of time, but I think it's a really positive step and one that we're super excited about and looking forward to. So Ellen and Fionn took 2 days to go tractor shopping. First they went to Naas Farm Machinery, who are a Deutz dealership. They were very keen. We were very keen on getting a Deutz since we have one already. Huge selection of tractors, huge selection of implements. Ellen's head was turned by little small compact tractors, this Kabuto version in particular. She fell in love with it straight away. Yeah, they had a nice range of Deutz, but nothing that really ticked the boxes for her. So next was Gordon Hegarty's over in Tullow, Massey Ferguson dealership. Again, some savage tractors, but way outside our price range. Nothing that was going to tick all the boxes for what we wanted in power and with a loader and again price range. So the second day was taken then, and they went back to when we were originally buying our tractor back in 2021/22, the Deutz. They went to Pat Timmins Tractors over in Kilkenny, back to their yards. As I said earlier, the yard's full of New Holland tractors, so immediately we could see this is going to tick all the boxes for what we wanted. Ellen is currently sitting in the tractor that we purchased. So yeah, again, a huge range of tractors, loaders, small, big. As in power wise, we were looking for a 120 horsepower tractor to 130 horsepower. Needed to have the loader, and again, well-known company, super range of tractors. Fionn and Ellen came home very positive that a New Holland was the way to go, and all they needed then was myself and all the rest of them to go and have a look. The last part of the shopping, they went down to actually can't remember where it is now, Kilkenny I think, to look at equipment that was on for an online auction, because as I said, Ellen had fallen in love with the small compact tractor. She had bid online on these 2 Kabutos and the John Deere tractor, but when it came closer to the auction, she was outbidding them. So obviously with buying the new tractor and having 2 tractors, we decided that we didn't need a small compact tractor. And we saw a bit of sense. We have invested in a new scraper for the front of the quad that'll get in around all the little pokey bits in the yard. Morning everyone, it's Wednesday morning, the 2nd of July, 6:05 or something there. Before we go and do a little bit of tractor shopping, Fionn and Ellen have done all the groundwork, looking at tractors and different things. So I think everyone's coming to have a look this morning. Family morning out. All going to go and have a walk. Exciting.
We're going tractor shopping today, or well, hopefully. We'll get a tractor. That was the plan. By the time you were seeing this video, there'll be a big flashy thumbnail saying, "We got a new tractor."
9 o'clock, heading in for a bit of breakfast. See you on the road. Okay, so we're here in Pat Timmins in Culkeno, looking at the tractors that Ellen and Fionn have recommended and put on their wish list from a few days ago. New Holland is the name of the game today. Yeah, so full family day out, everyone's giving it everything they want over. So it's interesting.
Oscar O'Neill here, just reviewing the tractor.
I can stand up in it. And this phone's standing as cup holders.
Cup holders, wow.
Our tractor has a little tiny red seat that's so uncomfortable. Because it doesn't have a back. So much more better. I think we should get this one.
That one? Yeah.
Cabs are so big. Yeah.
Smyrna can stand up.
There's sunroof.
The difference in the lights?
Better in a lot of ways, because first of all, we have actual seat here instead of like a pad, which you can basically sit on. One thing I really like about the steering wheel is how like flat, like level it is.
Yeah, it's just very similar to Martin's tractor. Remember I got that day to move around Surrey or something. So all his
Contractor?
All his controls for speed were all there. So these are all part of the seats. Obviously that's good and bad in a way, because there's electronics there that you have to contend with or worry about.
You mean you might have to keep your tractor clean?
Yeah.
Tidy. The cab is enormous.
Hard judge what a load would look like in front of it.
The same as the last time when we chose the lights, that we found this was enormous. It wasn't going to suit our sheds, but now it's different. And we have the bales. Yeah. It's a mindset change. We just need something bigger.
Yeah.
So I was going over to the case, checking that out. She's never seen them before. It's so clean.
I'm gonna go get in it. I'm not able to open any of the doors.
Oscar, open that door for your sister.
No, let me try this one, so I'm not able to open the other ones.
I'm gonna watch the first one on the tractor. Test drive. Stand out of the way, lads, over here.
And you want me to get the how evil of you? You're so evil. No, I have to show.
Because you're tiny.
Shut up, I'm 4'7".
This is a John Deere.
Mom, this is actually nice.
Is it? Myrna's happy now in our proper little seat.
Let's get you in for a spin.
Oh, you just want me to come out? Where did you go?
Just drove down the road and went to the first bend there and came back.
Well, what's the verdict?
Yeah, it's good. It's just like anything new, you can get used to driving it. Gears are very, very simple. It goes up and real quick. We figured out the four-wheel drive. The air seat is very bouncy and responsive, and yeah, get a loader on it, and I think it'll be what we want.
What do you think about the size? Getting like there's some very small manoeuvrings around the charge you manage, sorry.
Oh yeah, fine. Yeah, sure. Well, with no loader on it, sure, and then you can go through anything really. Yeah.
I was holding my breath when you were going between the two barns there, but it was tight, like.
Yeah, no, but no, I didn't think it was tight. It's just the same as us. If you had a loader on the front, it'd make all the difference.
Yeah.
But sure, the Dytes can get in anywhere we want.
Yeah, this won't. Yeah. That was the issue the last time, was that we were looking for one tractor that would get in and around our small sheds. It took itself out of the runner that way.
Exhaust is, need to see if it's spring loaded or what the story is with it, because it seems to be moving a bit there. And then see the catch. There's no catch in the window to pull that in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's just missing.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's just loads of power. Throttle is very responsive. Yeah, so there's just them couple of little things now. That's all. I've noticed. It's them sorted out. I think we could be on a winner.
So I found you the perfect tractor.
Yes, you did. So, Ellen to buy all machinery in future.
You're welcome.
If there's a good second-hand loader, it'll be 100%. Like, we don't need a spanking new loader.
Okay. That one's a new loader, obviously, over there.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw one on Dundee, one of these tractors, and the loader was sprayed blue. It looked class. Yeah. What do you mean no? You wanted a totally different colour?
Black blends in with the...
I'm gonna let you reserve your judgment. Shall I show you the picture of the blue? When you saw that tractor, you didn't think it was much longer, and now you're saying it is longer.
Which one, Ellen?
The 6-cylinder.
Yeah. We could put a loader on the front of the chair. It would be significantly longer.
Why would you get wider tyres?
You want to get a bit more traction, a bit more grip with the feel or something. I'm not sure.
Are we all looking at it?
You're happy?
But it's a video you said.
Yeah, so I can just reach there.
Thumbs up. Yeah. So just doing a snag list now, going around outside once more to see what needs fixing before
we take it. So the
Before we
top
take
of the
it.
list is you're changing the mudguard to plastic like the one beside it.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
There's a latch on the back window.
Yeah, he's gonna clean the insert spray or something. The wheels on the inside, or clean them or something.
Yeah.
Scratches on them. Is there anything else?
No, that's all the main ones, I think.
Yeah, the light up there on the top.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Fantastic.